All right. Welcome, everyone, to another EFT Business Spotlight. I'm Alina Frank.
And I'm Craig Wiener.
Yeah, so here we are today. We love to focus on EFT practitioners doing amazing work in the world. And today we have Sarah Lawrence, who's with us, joining us from California.
Hi, guys.
Hey.
Hi.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, it's great to have you. So you found EFT, and all of us bring our own background, our own interests, and I'd like to hear how you're applying EFT, who you're loving to work with, and really what's the focus of your practice.
Right. Well, as I started to practice and get to know EFT, I was getting my certification, and I realized that the ones I enjoyed the most and the ones that were being drawn to me were other single moms like myself. And I realized that there's a big need out there. There's not a lot of support for single moms, especially when it comes to dating again. And I have my own story. When I first got divorced, all of a sudden I'm on one income. I'm completely lost. There was no rule book, and I didn't really know how to start dating again. And my self-esteem was pretty low from the marriage. And so I was looking for a man to build back my self-esteem for me, to save me in a way. And, took me a few years to realize that no one outside of myself was really going to build back my self-esteem and to be the one to save me. So I realized that there's a lot of women out there that need this kind of help, that need to have support and build back their self-esteem, and so they can change things around and have a more bright and positive future.
Sure, that's a period that's not an easy period for a lot of women. So this is really, really important.
Really good work.
Can you share with us maybe a story of one of the clients that you've worked with, and how has EFT helped them to get through that transition?
Yeah, so I had one. It was right at the beginning of my EFT practice, and I had a friend who was just not getting over her ex-husband. She felt rejected. She had lost all hope in relationships, and everything was fine. She was married for 5 years, and everything was fine, and it kind of came out of nowhere that he wanted a divorce, and so she felt very rejected and didn't know where to go from there. And of course, she wanted to give up on relationships altogether, but then at night when she went to bed, all she could, she felt lonely, and she felt like she was missing something. So I didn't feel that she really needed to give up dating altogether. So we worked on letting go, not just of letting go of the rejection, but the anger that she felt towards him. And so we worked, part by part on events from her marriage, on events of when he was leaving, and she finally let go. Like, it was an amazing thing to see that her muscles relaxed, and it was all very sudden. We'd been through quite a few EFT sessions, but then all of a sudden it hit her, and she let go. And now she's out, and she's dating for the right reasons, the reasons for just to have some fun, just to get to know some people, not so that she can get saved again, to build back her self-esteem. Now she's actually dating for the right reasons, to have fun and to find somebody who may support her eventually. And it's great to check back on her dates. And even when there's bad dates that she's going through, she realizes it's just another step to finding the right guy.
Yeah, that's great. I love that. So you just mentioned, like, one of the themes that you encounter is like previous bad relationships or bad breakup.
Absolutely.
As some of the blocks. And I want to ask you, from your experience and the clients that you work with, like, what are some of the common themes or the common challenges that a single mom would face, like going back out in the world and dating?
Right. So some of the single moms that come to me, they come because they feel like they need to take care of everyone around them and take care of everything around them, and they forget about themselves. They either forget about themselves or they just don't think they're a priority. And then I also have on the other spectrum of, again, looking for a man to save them. They don't feel like they're whole on their own, and they need somebody to come and build back their self-esteem. So that's a huge thing. There's also feelings of resentment, of rejection, of just complete loss in their faith in relationships. So I help them to turn it all around. First find a little bit of hope, and then we move into seeing bigger, brighter, more beautiful future. And then eventually they start to see that they can really create their own future. Whatever their happy ending is for them, they feel more in control of creating that for themselves.
What would you have to offer so somebody that's watching this is going, yeah, that's me. Hello.
Mm-hmm.
I know exactly what you're talking about. What might be something before you dive into the tapping, or what I guess what I want to say is, what tips or what advice would you offer them?
Yeah, if there was one really good tip that you could offer someone that's like really at the end of their rope, they're like, why should I even go out in the dating world again? I've had it.
Absolutely. Find love for yourself. That's the number one key. Just work on yourself, even if it's a little bit every day. Spend some time on your own, do some meditation, do some EFT tapping, and eventually you'll start to be more comfortable in your own skin. You're not going to want to date unless you're very comfortable in who you are first. So take some time for yourself. If you don't change the way you are, if you don't change what you expect from a relationship, you're going to find yourself attracting the same not so great match over and over and over again. So that's the first key, is to really change your attitude in life, especially about relationships first, before going out on in the dating scene again.
That's great.
Good piece of advice.
Yeah, definitely. And I know you have a brilliant little report for people to pick up on your website, and I want to tell folks how they can reach you. If you mind just sharing the various ways in your website, how people can get to you and learn more about your work.
Yes. So my website is www.singlemomsdatingcoach.com. So singlemomsdatingcoach.com. And there's all kinds of free advice. There's a free visualization. There's a free ebook, The 7 Dating Lies Single Moms Tell Themselves, and also a nice checklist for the things that make you irresistible to men. So it's worth going through those things, and this is where you can start working on yourself. This is, the baby steps of just, finding who you are, working on yourself, and then, finding that self-love.
Awesome. That's beautiful. Thank you so much for spending time with us today. That's great.
Absolutely. It's been a pleasure. Thank you.